sailing Nova Vita. We've just left Dun Laoghaire Marina, which is near Dublin, just behind the big wall. This is Dun Laoghaire seafront, the Martello Tower, the James Joyce Martello Tower there. Grey day. Have some wind.
We're just going down between the mainland and Dalkey Island, and then we shall be heading for open water and getting the sails up. Excellent. We've been in Dun Laoghaire for 9 days and visited Dublin, and now we're heading for Pembrokeshire.
Adjusting to being back on the lean again. Not much of a lean this time. We are downwind with both sails flying. I'll show you that in a minute. But we've got the pan holders back on. View from the galley window. Bit dreary. And then the day actually looks like this.
Hello.
So it is a little dreary. We've got full main and we've got a little balance of head sail out as we're going down the Irish coast. Lots of sunny weather. Unfortunately, I've still got my hat on, although I haven't resorted to the coat yet. John, however, obviously feeling the warmth because
You can't beat a Genzi.
you can't beat a Genzi,
Can't beat a Genzi.
but he hasn't got his hat on yet. Enjoying playing as we're heading downwind. Oh, courtesy flag's got a bit of a wrap in it, must sort that out. A little bit grey and overcast again. I think we've had two nice sunny days two sunny days during our 9-day trip to Ireland. We were in the marina in Dun Laoghaire and walked about the town. We took a train ride to Dublin and looked at some of the tourist attractions, the Molly Malone statue, the Treasury Department. We went into the Archaeological Museum, we went into the Natural History Museum. We did the Art Museum last time, so we didn't do that this time. Went to the castle as well, although they seem to be doing a lot of renovations, so we just wandered around the outside and there were no guided tours for the day either, so just a wee walk around the outside. Where else do we go? Oh, we sat and had a cup of coffee in the park, St Stephen's Park.
And we walked past the house it's where the house lives or works.
Where the Irish Prime Minister lives, on our way to the Natural History Museum. Wandered around a little bit and just had a quick view of Dublin. We went on the train from Dun Laoghaire to Dublin, return. €5.20 each return. So that was a good deal. So yes, and now we're on our way south a bit more. Hopefully we'll make it to Pembrokeshire, but we'll see, because the weather's not been particularly favourable at the moment. It's just still unsettled and you don't really get many days of good weather or good passage making weather to move on. It's usually just 24 hours before the next comes in. So we're moving on in a relatively good forecast. So we'll see.
This is apparent because our log's not working.
Oh, so this is apparent wind, even though it says true there.
Let's make it to apparent.
The apparent, because our log isn't working. It's obviously got itself stuck.
You can add 6 knots to that.
So add 6 knots of boat speed to that and you can tell what the wind is. So about 16 to 17 at the moment, which is very nice. Having a play.
Yeah, it's Good.
Hopefully the log will sort itself out. Usually does on the way. If not, we'll just use our adding up heads. 6 o'clock in the evening. The wind really hasn't filled in that much either. We've got 10 knots apparent. We've got both sails up. And the engine on to try and make some distance, because we weren't doing very well. We were only doing about 2 or 3 knots, if that, and the tide has turned as well, so we were down to 1.5, so not ideal. As you can see, I got my shades on. It's warm enough. It's jumper, oilies. It's only 6 o'clock. It'll cool down, I think. It's cloudy. Other than that, not a lot going on. Passing the Arklow wind farm, which they're not working, so presumably it's not working anymore. I don't know. But you can see the conditions. Really flat. There's the wind farm. Just had tea, and now John's gone off watch and I'm on watch for 3 hours. So that's me. I'm away to my bed. Well, the bunk for my snooze. 3 hours on, 3 hours off. Phone's ready for wake me up. Clothes are... Oh, I've still got clothes on. Still got clothes on. Pillow, comfy, cushion, fleece. Night. See you later.
As you heard, Alison's just gone off watch and it's my 3 hours on deck until she comes back on watch. Our course is probably 10-15 degrees off what it should be. It's a lovely evening, the sun's out and the sky is still blue. Check this out. Sailing away from Ireland towards Wales. I have to be honest and say it's been quite a frustrating day. We've battled the tide for hours, just the way it is here. We've battled the wind dropping off to 3 knots. We've motored into the tide. We've motored into just under 3 knots of tide. The wind has shifted round from the north to the northwest and then to the southeast, and now it's southwesterly. It's been up, it's been down, we've put reefs in, we've taken reefs out. It's been a pretty busy day, but right now we're cruising along and it's kind of nice and just calm for a minute without having to do loads of different things to keep the boat going. We could have motored because the wind was directly on the nose, so we could have just motored into it. But we're not here to motor, we're here to sail. And if it takes a little bit longer, that's what it takes. Frustrating as it is, that's what it takes. The engine's on because the wind died and the tide is against us. So we're just motoring the last 30 miles into Milford Haven. It's been a long night. It's been very frustrating. Very light winds. Yeah, it's been a tough night.
20 past 6 in the morning, and it's my watch. Look at this day. The sun is out. Not a lot of wind, in fact 2.8 knots of wind, but that's okay. That's okay. We had to put the engine on earlier because the wind absolutely died out. We've used what there was, it seems, and we're just now motoring around towards Pembrokeshire. Coming through Bishops and Clark towards David's Head, and then rounding into Dale into Milford Haven. But what a day! Beautiful. Sorry about that. Just eating a pain au chocolat for breakfast. Yum yum yum. And cup of tea.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. We are still under engine. We've just passed the end of Skoma through the races, which were pretty bumpy, but they didn't last more than 5 minutes, so that was nice. We're now between the islands of Stockholm and Skoma. This is the island of Stockholm, the island of Skoma, and we're heading round the point and into Milford Haven.
Almost 24 hours after leaving Dun Laoghaire, Ireland, we are arriving in Milford Haven, Pembrokeshire, Wales. Sun is behind the clouds, but it's still out, hence the squinting. But it's not that warm. Kel's going.
Coming into Milford Haven. Are you impressed with the journey? Tell me about how impressed you are with that last 24 hours.
Hard going 24 hours from Ireland to Wales, has to be said. Forecast was not, well, the weather was not as the forecast, or indeed the forecast was not as the weather. There was not that much wind to sail with, but we did our best with what we had. The engine's been on for hours. Do we look tired?
Yeah. I think so, probably. I can't see myself, I don't want to look, but yeah, it was a frustrating sail for most of it. There were some really, really nice bits, but for the most part,
the sun was out. No. The moon. The moon was out. There was lots of stars in the sky. We saw some bird life as we were coming round Bishops and Clarks. Dolphins. Saw some dolphins there too this morning, early this morning, about 7ish. It didn't stay long. Yeah, tired.
We've arrived in Milford Haven. We are in Dale Anchorage. It took us exactly 24 hours and it was 111 miles, about 50-50 motoring and sailing. We're here, time to sit down, have a cup of tea. We are of course flying our Q flag because we've come in from Ireland and we're waiting to be contacted by customs. There's the entrance into Milford Haven. And this is Dale Anchorage. There's a pontoon just over there. You can get ashore to the village of Dale over there, and you have this lovely big Anchorage. That's it for this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave us a comment.